Have you ever been bullied? If so, what happened and how did you feel?
I had this class, and it was me and 12 other girls, and they were kind of like the mean girls, the popular girls, and they would play lots of jokes on me. They'd make me think that they were interested in me when I found out that they weren't, and they'd call me names in front of my face and behind my back and stuff like that. And it was a class I really didn't look forward to going to. I was that scared and that frustrated.
There was a kid that was at my bus stop that bullied me and actually made me fight him as kind of a training process, as he put it. It made that time of day very challenging and scary for me.
Yes, I've been bullied, and I was in elementary school. And how did it make me feel? It made me feel pretty awful about myself and my own self-esteem. And it wasn't anything that was something I could fix or do about it, so that it made it even harder.
Have you ever seen someone get bullied? Did you act or did someone else act?
As an adult, one of the things that I wish I would have shown more bravery in the face of is putting an end to that kind of thing and stepping in and being a key player in preventing it in the future.
I also have a son with cerebral palsy, and he gets bullied as well too. And that's probably the one that I have most experience with, because he has an external physical appearance of cerebral palsy, but internally his cognitive thought process is above and beyond his peers. So he learns faster than his peers, and he's quite bright, but he's been bullied by not only adults but also students.
So whenever I see something or hear something, I say something. For example, I think sometimes people use words really lightly when they should be thinking about the power of the words. So things like retarded or that's so gay. I just sort of have a direct approach where I say, that offends me, please don't say that around me.
If you have gotten bullied, did someone ever help you out? Was it a friend, someone you didn't know, a teacher?
What I learned is to just kind of play the bully's game. If they would call me names, and then they'd call me my actual name, I would just say, oh, I thought you'd call me this, and they started to kind of lay off after a while. So I did learn how to deal with bullies, and it's that you got to kind of beat them at their own game. If they can't get your goat, then they're not really going to pick on you anymore.
I can't say that my parents tried to help me out, but because of the family of the person that bullied me, it wasn't really very successful. So ultimately I kind of had to help myself out. And unfortunately I helped myself out through fighting. So early on, as a kid, I just kind of had to fight, and it was something that has kind of driven who I've become in some ways. So no, I wouldn't say anybody helped me out.
Well, when I was in elementary school, I did not get any help with that at all. It wasn't anything that was really discussed at the school when I was in elementary school, but I did tell my parents, and my mom tried to reassure me that there wasn't anything wrong with my teeth and they were getting me braces.
And a friend's older sister had pulled up in her car to threaten me, and that was really awkward. But what I thought was strange was there were all these friends standing kind of around me, about a dozen, and then when I looked back at the school, I could see in the window more than one teacher standing inside, and I wondered why they would let a 13-year-old girl talk to an adult with a car in a driveway of a school. So I felt that was really strange.
Do you have a message for the people who are being bullied / have been bullied but are afraid to come out and say anything about it?
I do. No one wants to be, the tattletale and stuff like that, because then sometimes it just makes things worse. But it's really important to confide in somebody, whether it's a friend or your parents or a teacher or a counselor, and let them know what's going on.
I would just tell anybody to not internalize that and to seek out a trusted adult or friends or anybody that they can that would help them deal with that situation in a positive way.
I think that it's important that you stand up for yourself, as well as share your feelings. Don't think it's good to hold them back, as well as finding ways to share your story so that people understand maybe why they're bullying you is not the way that it should be, that their situation that maybe that they have is something that they are unable to help or unable to fix. I think that, again, sometimes the fear makes people bully others, especially students with special needs.
It might feel like tattling, but if you are feeling unsafe or you are feeling unheard, your feelings are valid.